There needs to be a rational place where we can come together and talk about the world, and a place where we trust what's actually being fed to us.
One of YouTube's most well-known personalities, PHILIP DEFRANCO, is launching his own independent media channel, DeFranco Elite, funded through Patreon with support from his fans. And it's not just him. There have been so many changes on YouTube lately. You've probably seen the videos. Here at What's Trending, we haven't spoken out about it, but now we think it's time. This whole decision to go to a crowdfunded support system comes after months of change around YouTube's monetization policies. And DeFranco's not the first. News network The Young Turks sustains from their subscription service and donations from viewers. And other YouTubers are flocking to platforms like Patreon to stay alive. But this didn't happen overnight. Let's take a look back at the history to give you some context. In 2016, many YouTubers, including DeFranco, publicly criticized YouTube for demonizing creator content for not being, quote, advertiser friendly. The controversy began when YouTube started emailing creators when videos were demonetized. YouTube's policy has always been to pull ads and advertising revenue from videos flagged as containing inappropriate or non-original material. But now content was flagged for vulgar or sexually explicit language. Also, many YouTube creators found out that lots of their content had been demonetized without any notice and lost revenue without ever knowing. DeFranco himself, who often uses colorful language but also discusses some gritty topics in his show, called the demonetization of his videos censorship. I tend to agree, and it's a very gray area. What some person might deem as appropriate is what another person might deem as inappropriate. So who wins here? One of YouTube's biggest stars and advocates, Casey Neistat, also called out YouTube back in 2016 for poor communication about ad revenue and all these changes.
And that lack of communication affects creators and affects them in their most sensitive place, which is in the wallet. That is a very, very dangerous game.
It's also interesting to see that all these changes have been happening specifically as YouTube has been introducing their YouTube Red service, their Netflix, which is a subscription service. So basically they're pushing people away from free content and saying, like, you want this stuff, you want the premium stuff, you don't want all this other stuff, meaning the stuff that this platform was built on. And then also with YouTube TV. I mean, it's pretty much all big media companies. I don't see any independent creators. How is an independent creator supposed to make money this day and age? Tell me, please. The monetization policies have also gotten more restrictive. Early in 2017, YouTube was widely criticized for hiding LGBTQ-related content while users were in restricted mode. Others were demonetized for sexually explicit material for simply using the word gay. And a lot of creators have called this out. There are some creators that literally their entire channel can't be seen in restricted mode. Even some of What's Trending's videos, like not all of our content can be viewed in a restricted mode, which then impacts views and the revenue we're making. And it's almost ironic in this push to become a new Netflix. If you look at all these other OTT platforms, from Netflix to Amazon, all their content is actually pretty edgy. I get that when you have YouTube's biggest star like PewDiePie getting taken off YouTube because he has Nazi material, I get it. It creates a domino effect where advertisers pull the ads from YouTube, and they did. There has been an advertiser boycott. So I get how YouTube could be freaking out. I mean, Maker Studio is one of the first multi-channel networks that helped creators grow, and that built that model has been basically shut down by Disney, who bought it. And while creators like Phil DeFranco are going to kill it, I mean, he already has a ton of donors, he's gonna do it. I'm so excited for him. Even big creators like H3H3 are leaving. I mean, they're going over to Twitch.
I feel like people, ourselves included, were hoping and holding on to the fact that this was gonna get better. And I think for a lot of people, it has gotten better, but for ourselves, it continues to get worse to the point where we don't think that we can continue to even exist.
We see with PewDiePie, I mean, he's basically been completely flagged from the platform. He's going to Twitch. So everyone's trying to figure out a new solution because we're not gonna be able to rely on YouTube anymore. Hashtag YouTube is over party continues, but is it actually over this time? Is the YouTube star and creator done? And how are these changes impacting you? Let us know in the comments below, like and subscribe for more of What's Trending.